Iceland is a place where I spent the most time in the last 7 years. What started as a summer job now turned more into a home. It's a place where I live, where I work, and where I learned a lot. So what did Iceland taught me about life? I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't plan to go to Iceland at first. I wanted to go to Norway, but by a coincidence I ended up here. Working a summer job on a farm and in a guest house for an older couple suited me more than working for a corporation or a big company. And by the end of the summer I was already thinking of coming back for the next season. I've been coming back and slowly staying longer and longer, but there always comes a point where it becomes overwhelming. I can't exactly pinpoint what it is that just gets under your skin, but there always without fail comes a feeling that I'm done and I need to leave. This is something that I've noticed is very common for people working here. Every year you will hear people talking about how tired of Iceland they are, how depressed they get, how they are never coming back, and then the next year comes and they all return. Including me. I feel like I said I'm done with Iceland at least a dozen times by now. So I guess the first lesson for me was that no place you call home is perfect. There will always be obstacles that you have to overcome. Things you will love and things you will hate. It doesn't matter how much you love that place or if it was your lifelong dream. No place is 100% amazing. I'm not going to talk about pros and cons of living in Iceland because that's a video I already made, but let's talk about obstacles, or specifically one obstacle, and that is mental health. It is true that Iceland consumes the most antidepressants per capita. Maybe it's the darkness in the winter, maybe it's the lack of social life, maybe it's the combination of both of those things. But when I came back for the second year and decided to stay longer for the first time, I found myself in a black hole that I didn't know how to leave. Summer was fine and then suddenly I was left alone in a house in the middle of nowhere. And it was first time in my life where I was actually alone. Like alone. I was depressed before, you know, in a city filled with people and sounds, but this just took it to another level. Winter nights here can get really dark and insanely quiet. Suddenly all the thoughts that I didn't even know I have surfaced and were constantly on my mind. I'll make a separate video about mental health and all the struggles, but this was another lesson. Lesson that took a long time to decipher and understand. That loneliness is not something to be avoided, but embraced for your own well-being. And if you have that big black dog sitting by your side, you will go through hell, but you can come out of it a much stronger person. Speaking of strong, people are strong here. Farmers turning bales of hay, teenagers competing on national television doing push-ups and pull-ups. And then on the other hand, you'll see people driving everywhere in cars, even if it's just a few hundred meters. It's a mix of endurance and laziness that taught me that not always you have to go full speed. Things take time and sometimes you don't need to rush them. Lesson number 3 was to slow down. Put your energy into things that need that energy and save it on other less meaningful stuff. Don't stress about little things, like Icelanders say "fetaredast." Things will work out somehow. And even though I don't like that saying that much, more often than not, it actually works. What doesn't work is food delivery! At least for me. Like I said, I live in the middle of nowhere, so nobody's going to bring me pizza just because I want to watch movies and not move from my couch. You want pizza? You better make it yourself, boy. Or have frozen pizza. Or go to a restaurant, buy the pizza and bring it back yourself. No pizza for you. Anyway, this is not a lesson about pizza, believe it or not. It's about being content with what you have. A lot of times when I want something, I go online and the choice is very limited. For example, I would like a projector because there is no cinema around me. So if I went online in my country, there would be basically unlimited choice. Do you need mini, LED, home theater for gaming, laser, interactive, whatever? There you go. In Iceland you get 5 and one of them is sold out. So lesson number 4 is that less is sometimes more, and a lot of times what you have is what you need. Do I want a new camera? Yes. Do I need a new camera? Probably not. Do I want to buy new jeans? Sure. Do I need new jeans? I actually really need new jeans. But sometimes even if you want to go to the shop, you just can't. In winter there are blizzards, high-speed winds and snowfalls with icy roads that just won't let you go anywhere. The roads can get dangerous, so they just close them, and sometimes people get stuck in the middle of nowhere or they just drive off the road. Once there was a family that just drove off the cliff and into the freezing ocean. Rain can get so heavy that there are mudslides. Not all the roads are paved, so it's very easy to lose control of your car on a gravel road. There is volcano erupting now again and the people in the area felt big earthquakes, and the ocean ocean gets wild sometimes, with sneaky waves killing people standing on the beach. So lesson number 5 is to respect nature, because it still has the final word. No matter how comfortable you get living here or how much you get used to it, the weather will do whatever it wants and you have to change your plans accordingly. There is one more lesson that falls under nature, I guess. Iceland is the only place where I don't feel bad about eating meat. When I was younger, my biggest issue with eating meat was, well, basically the whole system. Where the animals are kept, how they are fed, how they are being treated. The whole shebang was just off. In Iceland, I know exactly how the animals are being treated, because they're running outside behind my window. The cows are just walking around my house to go drink from the river. And I bring lambs to this world with these hands. I help on the farm during the lambing season. I know the animals will have a good life even just for a little bit. And it goes beyond to other products as well, like butter. Cheese is so good. Milk. In my country, if I go buy milk, the expiration date is like months away. What the hell are they putting in the milk that it can survive for like 3 months? Here they don't have to fill it up with preservatives because the nation is so small, so they have time to produce, package, distribute and consume in time. So for me that's probably the last lesson, and it's about knowing where your food comes from. And don't get me wrong, I eat a lot of shitty food, but from time to time I think it's good to remind yourself that we are abusing this planet, and the least you can do is to think about where is your food coming from. And fortunately in Iceland I know exactly where is it coming from. So yeah, recap. Number 1, no country is 100% amazing. Number 2, seek the loneliness. Number 3, slow down. Number 4, less is more. Number 5, respect nature. And number 6, know where is your food coming from. I feel like every country has its own set of things that it can teach you about life, and I would be very curious, what are some things that you learned from your country or other countries? So let me know down in the comments. But that's it for today. So if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. But until then, ciao.